Hello there, Alyshia here from SciTech and welcome to Toy Teardown, the video series where we take toys you know and love and we pull them apart and use some science to explain how they work. We're here at SciTech on beautiful Wajak Noongar Buja, and today we're going to be having a look at one of the most puzzling toys, the Rubik's Cube. So how does this toy work and why is it so hard to solve? I've been told that there's a secret algorithm you might be able to use to solve it. But is that true? Let's find out. Although a lot of people know this as the Rubik's Cube, it was originally known as the Magic Cube. It was designed by Hungarian designer Ermo Rubik in 1974. In 1980, when it was released, the name was changed to the Rubik's Cube. And within 2 years, it had sold 100 million copies, making it the most popular puzzle in history. As you can see, I'm a bit of an expert at solving Rubik's Cubes, but apparently one of the reasons it was so very popular is how deceptively tricky it is to solve. Obviously, this has all changed, because now people of all ages can solve Rubik's Cubes. They even have competitions to see who can solve them the fastest, called speed cubing. They even have robots who can solve Rubik's Cubes, which I find pretty cool. So the OG Rubik's Cube designed in 1974 was exactly like this one. It was 3 by 3. Nowadays you can find smaller ones, 2 by 2, and massive ones, 33 by 33 cubes. They even come in weird geometric shapes. So today we're going to be looking at the OG 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. The other ones actually work very similarly, so if we can understand this, we should be able to understand the other kinds of Rubik's Cubes. Let's get into it. So we have our standard 6-sided cube. On each side of the cube, we've got 9 stickers of different colours. Those are attached to smaller cubes. We've got 26 of them all together on the Rubik's Cube, and those smaller cubes have super cute name, cubelets or cubies. You obviously move a Rubik's Cube by twisting. You can twist vertically, horizontally, and as you can see, it does not take very much twisting before things start to look very confusing. And we're not going to get this back to the cube it once was, with my knowledge anyway. As it stands for the 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube, there is 43 quintillion, 252 quadrillion, 3 trillion, 274 billion, 489 million, and 856,000 combinations of this thing. So how does this confusing little cube manage to turn around in all these different directions without falling apart? I've always wondered that. It's time we opened it up to find out. Let's tear down this toy. Yep. I think I can just use brute force for this, so I'm going to try that. Kind of want to like hold it together with something because it keeps kind of wanting to wiggle around, so I think, what if I just pull it this way? I'm going to try pulling off one cubie at a time. Let's try this little green cubelet here. You just pull it upwards. Cool. Hey, look at this little dude. So. Okay, so some of you might have been thinking, Alyshia, there's 9 of these on each section here. Why did you say 26 cubelets? It's actually because there's no little cube in the middle there, which would probably allow it to kind of move around, I'd say. Does it still work with one missing? Let's pull the others off. That's way easier. Probably, look. Solved. Cool, Okay, so having a look at these, they kind of look like a ball and socket joint. Kind of like your hips or your shoulders, how they fit together. And these cubies here are just the middle cubes of each side, which turns out these weren't stickers, funnily enough, so you can't cheat on the original Rubik's Cube. They kind of move out a little bit as well. They've got these springs which kind of allow you to cut corners a little bit so they don't have to be completely in place when you are turning the Rubik's Cube. Although what I've noticed is, you might have noticed that as well, as I was starting to pull this apart, the whole thing just started to collapse and completely fall apart. And I believe that what I kind of expected was sort of all of these to fit into one spot, but they seem to all rely on each other to stay together. So if you pull one off, unfortunately, probably the whole thing is going to fall apart as well. This kind of looks like you can pull it apart a little bit further, so I'll see if we can do that. So we dropped this before and one of the base plates came off, one of the colours, so I'm going to try and do that again. Because sometimes in toy teardown you've got to use brute force. Oh, that didn't feel right. So we've got these colours have come off here. So it's just this little section here and there's a spring that connects it. And then I think the real magic of the magic cube, now known as the Rubik's Cube, is the way in which these different shapes interlock and hold it all together. Fascinating how something so simple works so well and also has puzzled so many people over the years, including me. But before we're talking about algorithms, so let's dive a little bit into how the algorithm might work and what even is an algorithm. Algorithm. A procedure for solving a mathematical problem, as of finding the greatest common divisor in a finite number of steps that frequently involves repetition of an operation. Broadly, a step-by-step procedure for solving a problem or accomplishing some end. Thank you for that very simple definition of an algorithm. But essentially, it's just a set of steps, or a sequence of steps, most commonly used in computers, in video games, kind of like code, or an algorithm that allows you to see your recent searches or videos that are very similar to what you're watching now. And that algorithm, or sequence of steps, is how you solve this thing. Now, we're not going to get into how to solve a Rubik's Cube today because there's heaps of books and videos out there for you to follow. But we will show you one of the most popular algorithms on how to solve the Rubik's Cube here. So if you're not familiar with solving Rubik's Cubes, those steps may not mean a lot to you, but there's only 7. And from personal experience, aka me solving it definitely myself before, they actually work. And all you need to do is follow them and you will get to Rubik's Cube glory. It's very satisfying when you do solve a Rubik's Cube. See? So we mentioned algorithms before being used to solve the Rubik's Cube as well as being used in computers. But where might you see algorithms or use them in everyday life? How about getting ready for school in the morning? You use a sequence of steps that all need to be in the right order or sequence. That could be seen as an algorithm, or following a recipe book to make a cake. A delicious cake that I'm thinking about right now. There we have it, the Rubik's Cube. Whether you're solving it in seconds to try and impress your friends using algorithms, or if you just like having one around to fidget with them like I do. It's an incredibly, seemingly complex toy that's actually elegantly simple, whether it's the algorithm itself or the design being incredibly simple. All I know is I really enjoy fidgeting with them, and maybe one day I'll try solving it myself. Thank you so much for watching this Rubik's Cube episode of Toy Teardown. I want to send a huge shout out to Speed Cubing Australia for sending us some footage that we used in this video today. Thank you very much, it was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you like and subscribe, and have a go at the Rubik's Cube. We'll see you later. Bye.